would it be easy to do would it be if you had this experience of having to do that?
Installing Fedora on a blank machine is pretty easy.
Yeah, well, I'm not asking you I'm not trying to dispute that. I'm just trying to put forth the fact that I haven't had any. Speaking for myself, I may have had a single situation where I struggled to install Linux, a certain specific distribution on a specific machine, but since 2000 and let's say 2004, just about any time I wanted to install any distribution on any machine, everything worked out of the box. I think there were exceptions, things like webcams and things like once I had problem with sound. There was one distribution that wasn't working okay with the sound. But I also think that there is this real misconception that's being spread by people who use these extremely unusual Windows-centric computers that came with Windows and tested on Windows, and they think that their computer is not going to work okay with Linux. And usually my advice to them is to buy a machine that was kind of tested at least for compatibility with Linux. And I think that Fedora is pretty much the kind of distribution that if you buy the right components, as you say Intel for example for drivers, it should be possible to get things working without going to the command line or to install any compressed archives or compiling anything onto the kernel. So I think Fedora is doing something very commendable, and hopefully if we put this show out on time, I think that tomorrow is going to be the day of the release of Fedora 14, and I think it's one of those distributions where you shouldn't have any issue in terms of resources, in terms of reaching the download files, because it's being hosted by, is it hosted by Red Hat, the downloads, or do you happen to know? Or
Red Hat, they contribute the infrastructure, so technically they would be hosting it.
Yeah, I think they finished. I think they finalized the distribution about a week ago, or almost a week ago, because I saw the announcement. So
the release candidate hit gold.
Yeah, so I suppose it's just being distributed put on the mirrors now, just about now.
Yeah, and if anyone was running the release candidate, that's technically gold, so you already have final, so you don't even have to re-download it.
All right. Can you just say a few final words for any person who perhaps isn't using Fedora, or a person who's even maybe using Fedora? Just some words about why they should use it, or why perhaps they can just download this and test it on a virtual machine before they give it a go as an fully installed version on the computer. So.
Sure. Well, personally, I use it because I like to have the latest software installed on my machine, and Fedora usually has the latest, greatest stuff, and then that's why I would recommend it, is basically that. And I like the infrastructure. All
right. Thanks very much. It's been really nice having you on the show. This is the first time we have a guest on the show, so I should just apologize if there was any technical issues or if it doesn't mix too well with the rest of the show. That's just probably because we haven't had the experience yet of having guests on the show. And if any other person wishes to be on the show, just contact us. You can contact us by IRC channels, or you can use the comments below. If you think any person should be on the show and is willing to be on the show, just let us know, and we'll probably contact the person, and hopefully we'll have people to speak to on a normal basis. It makes it easier for us, and it makes it a bit more diverse and interesting for the listeners. So anyway, thanks very much, Brandon.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I'll pretend that I've you already. As I say, I apologise. I'll be listening to that whole interview when I get a few minutes more off work. To end the show, what we'll do is we'll just go briefly over some feedback. It's quite humbling to see the amount of people that took an interest in what myself and Roy were doing, both good and bad. I think I've been quite quite humbled, is to say the least, about some of the feedback I've received. A couple of the issues we've worked out now. Hopefully the microphone issue, you'll notice an improvement there. Hopefully you'll notice an improvement when we release this audio in mono only, not stereo, because I think it annoyed a few people having me coming out of one ear and Roy coming out of the other. Hopefully that's going to be all sorted now. And then we had basic comments about the flyer for the show as well. Some good, some bad. A couple of people took exception to that, and I'll cover that at the very end. And people made general comments about what they'd like to cover. I think the important thing that both myself and Roy would like to get across is that this is something that we want everybody to get involved with and put their input to. We want to have people on the show. We want to discuss the more controversial subjects, and we also want people to have their own opinions and represent a diverse range of opinions and not just myself and Roy's. So looking at some of the feedback, I'll just make reference to one particular forum. This particular forum seemed to have a problem with us releasing the MP3 of the audio cast, and seemed to claim that, and they named me, that it was some sort of hypocrisy that I was wanting it released in an MP3 format. I'll just say I don't have a problem with the MP3 format, and I'd like somebody to quote me where I do. Myself and Roy have very different views, and this is what a lot of the time we see when people comment on some of the things that both myself and Roy have said. They tend to group everybody in the same barrel, and I think we'll completely agree that there's many subjects which myself and Roy have completely different points of view on, and it's important when you're reading criticism like this. We're not all the same. I can speak for everybody in the TechBytes room when I say that we've all got slightly different takes on things. There's no one guiding rule that we follow. There's no ethos in general that we follow, apart from obviously our love and support of free and open source software. So thank you very much for all the feedback. Keep it coming in. If you'd like to be part of the show, I would hope you would contact myself or Roy. Roy will probably be better than me at the moment, because I'm going to be quite busy for work for the next 4 or 5 days at the very least. And I'll leave you with the final email which I received, which if we had an award for email of the week, without a doubt this one would get it. It's an email which I assume is in reference to the TechBytes banner for the audio cast, and it was so good that when the wife saw it, even she laughed. And normally when it's tech related subjects, she runs away screaming. She doesn't have much of an interest. So this was the email that was sent to me. It's been sent by somebody who has just hit the keyboard randomly as their identity, so I can't even credit them. And what I'd ask, if you'll contact me back and give me your proper handle, I'll quite happily credit you for this one, because this does deserve an email of the week award. And it's in reference to the banner, as I say, and it just says 2 words: Brokeback Bites. And I thought it was very funny. And on that note, I will leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope come back next time we release one. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Friday night and I'm gonna get sauce. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. He tried to boss me and was outbossed. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. Underneath his creeper bridge, hoping goats will cross. Quoting Ashcroft and Tom Ridge, I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. He's even dumber than Mickey Cost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. Wouldn't last 2 minutes with David Frost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. His worldview sounds like pro wrestling, although not as nuanced. Behind his eyes the wind's whistling. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I kicked him off of Pentagon and Atrios. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. He's permanently banned from daily cost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. And in November, W and all